Coming at y'all live again. This time it's from no podcast. Shout out to the Golden Gemz podcast, though. It's from a booth.
Really, the main thing.
These rhymes and these words been long overdue. It's been way overdue. But it's okay, though. I'm back now.
Yo, yo, what is going on, my beautiful people? Can you see me? Yeah. Hey, guess what? The Golden Gemz podcast is back, baby. Hey, yes, welcome back to. Hey, you see, I don't got no shirt on. You see, I'm out here wearing my old Space Jam hat. This was from the original Space Jam, not the bootleg one with LeBron. But hey, I like that one too, though. That's so LeBron. But hey, it's Sports Talk with Relly. And hey, who else would you want to have talk to you about sports other than, your boy Relly? Come on now. Hey, but let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Of course, you see me in my shirt. If you can, obviously, if you're listening to me, you can't see it, but you might as well go check out my visuals on Facebook and also YouTube. But, hey, I'm representing my Pat Nation out here. You feel me? Y'all remember this Super Bowl? Yeah. Malcolm Butler, say today. You know I had to give me some merch. But hey, welcome back, man. Welcome back. And today I got a nice episode for you. Of course, we're talking about my picks. My picks have been right so far, but last night I got a scare, man. Last night I got a scare, and I'm talking about my NBA picks. Last night, you feel me? The Heat, I don't know what happened. I really don't. I don't know what happened. They ended up losing by, they ain't almost 30, but, I mean, they got it down to 20-something. They lost by like 20. And ultimately, you feel me, it was a good game, but obviously Jimmy Butler, so, he came off having a leave in game 4. It wasn't in game 4. It was in game 3. He had to leave the game early because he had a knee injury, and I really didn't see him playing, to his normal self last night or playing up to par with his normal self or how he normally plays, in my opinion, last night. And, they ended up taking an L. They lost by 20. Happy it wasn't 30. But, I'm still rocking with Miami, though. I'm still rocking with Miami in the series. Boston actually showed a lot of grit, though, last night. They actually showed, that them boys ain't going away. And I really feel like, going back to what I said in my other sports segment was, this series is going to go to a game 7. I'm already knowing it, and I think they about to go back to Miami, actually. So it was good, actually, though, that Miami, they got to win on the road. That's definitely something hard to do. And now they going back to their house, with the series tied 2-2. So if they win one more, then, they in the bullpen. They in the bullpen to go ahead and knock the shit out the park and go ahead and make it to the finals. So, I'm still going with them for, the series in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they gonna win at home and then come back and lose in Boston and then go back, of course, to Miami and win ultimately on their home court to go ahead and make it to the finals. And then also too, but I'm scared though because Jason Tatum and them boys they played hard last night, and I feel like that's gonna actually carry them into the next game. So really, this next game is gonna be I feel like. Definitely whoever, I'm still going Miami, but whoever wins this next game, they definitely gonna go ahead and take it, and they're gonna go ahead, make it to the finals. But I'm still going to State to win it. Yeah, I see what them boys doing. Yeah, you see what them light-skinned boys doing over there in the West. Hey, Steph going crazy in his bag per usual, put up back-to-back 30-plus point games. And then, of course, his supporting cast, Andrew Wiggins, Clay, they all doing their thing. But that's what Andrew Wiggins, though, because he's showing a lot of people, hey, he's still that dog. He was definitely the number 1 overall pick once upon a time. And, he proven his worth. And I think that was ultimately, like, going back, I think, who did they trade for in that series? I mean, not in that series, but they traded for who did they trade away? I think they traded away D'Angelo Russell to actually get him. And they picked him up for like a bargain because he wasn't even that highly sat out. But now he, it's his first time in the conference finals, and he doing his thing over there in the West with, the Golden State. And, of course, like I told y'all, Dallas, nah. Nah, them boys ain't really doing too much, man. And honestly, like, they put up a good fight. Luka, obviously, my man averaging like 38 and like 7 for the series. But you feel me? At the end of the day, he's still young out here. My man's just 22, still learning the league. And you feel me? He really don't got no supporting cast. So I'm not really putting none of the blame really on Luka per se. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's still young in the league. He's really going crazy. And if he had a good, like, number 2 or a good, of course, Batman always got out of Superman. You feel me? I mean, Batman always got to have Robin. Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Batman always has to have a Robin, and with Luka, he's Batman right now for the Mavericks. But what a Robin at? Who is his number 2? As for the Jalen Brunson though, hey, Chicago native. Hey, you already know. Hey, rep the city. But you feel me? With Jalen Brunson, he's been doing this thing. I think he averaging like 23, 24 in that series, but he hasn't really come through, or he's not really, I think, prepared enough to really be that number 2. I think he's a great piece ultimately for them. And obviously, like with him, actually, I think he put up 30 in one of the games too, but it's just not enough, man. I mean, going against Golden State, like that's the thing. Luka damn near is best player in this series, if I'm being real. But who has the other 4 or 5 best players? Golden State. And they like it's not even close. So I mean, with the Mavs, I mean, they trying, man, they doing a thing, but at the end of the day, it just won't be enough. I really see them getting swept tonight. And yes, like yeah, y'all gonna have to pack it up and go home. It is what it is. I don't really see Golden State losing. And then the crazy part is they about to do it on the Dallas Mavericks floor. I mean, Dallas, they going to like tonight. I feel like it's going to come down to the last few buckets, honestly. And I really feel that because, I mean, Golden State, they really probably going to want to close it out. Then how much rest time they going to get if they do end up closing it out tonight. I think that's another thing that they're going to be gunning for. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be so, well rested. Well, they're gonna be I said so well rested. Hey, don't judge me. You feel me? It is what it is. But they're gonna feel judge your mama, not me. I've been waiting to say that for so long. It just hasn't been the time of the moment. But always judge your mama. Don't judge Relly. I'm sorry. But going back to what I was saying, man, Golden State with them being older, them guys need their rest. So if they do end up completing the sweep tonight, obviously, that's going to carry well. And that's why I'm picking them to win the finals anyway. But I think that's going to carry well for them going to the next round. They're going to be well rested. And then, two, like I said, I think in the East, it's going down to a game 7. So them boys got to play, again tomorrow, and then they got to play, I believe, Friday. So, I mean, they might even have to play all the way until Saturday or Sunday too, if it do go to game 7, because that'll be 3 more games. But, it's going to be interesting, man. It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm going with Miami versus Golden State still for my NBA Finals matchup. And obviously, hey, it's going to be a good finals too, because I feel like even low-key, if Miami don't end up pulling it out and it's Boston versus Golden State, that's going to be a great, great series as well. And then even with this series with Miami playing Boston right now, it's 2 gritty, defensive teams, and they both really putting up a great fight. And it's real great just to see good basketball playing again. And honestly, like last night kind of was a disappointment because I'm like, man, I didn't expect the Miami. Like I want every game to come down to like the last bucket. You feel me? Like the last second. I'm on some Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler to go ahead, pull up for the 3, ice the game, game over. But you feel me? You can't get everything you want. That's life. But, at the end of the day, I really feel like it's interesting, though, to really just see, how them boys are faring, out there in the East. And, with this defensive matchup with both the teams playing great defense and both like, hey, it's a back and forth battle. One day it's Miami, one day it's Boston. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to come to a conclusion on who's going to go ahead, be the winner and go ahead to the finals. But, Jason Tatum and them boys, are they going to get over the hump? Or is Jimmy Bucket's going to go ahead and go to a second finals? Hey, we're going to see. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned, definitely. But, another topic. Man, I'm coming for Nick Saban, man. What you doing, man? What are you doing, Nick? Don't call out. First, you called out Jimbo Fisher and the Texas A&M. Don't get me wrong. You was right for that. And them boys is paying them boys a nice ticket out here. hey, boy, hey, I wish I was still in college because, boy, I mean, I still got a year eligibility left. So, hey, if anybody in the SEC, I played for Arkansas already. Hey, anybody in the SEC, if you want your boy, hey, go ahead, pay me that ticket, and I'll come through. Hey, I'll brush off the cleats. I'll strap them back on for you. Go ahead, pay me that ticket, and I got you. Let me get an NIL contract. You feel me? But what happened though, for those of y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Nick Saban basically called out, Jimbo Fisher, and then he also called out my man Deion Sanders and their team, saying that, they basically playing players out here. Obviously, it's legal now, but they really paying to get these players and get like the best, draft class pretty much. So, I mean, not draft classes, ain't nobody getting drafted, but the best recruiting class, I should say. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really, like, this is what y'all sign up for. Alabama, you've been doing this shit for years. Like, let's not get it twisted at the end of the day. Like, with Nick Saban, I mean, hey, y'all was a powerhouse for how many years? Y'all been running the college football playoffs and honestly college football period for how many years now? And now the playing field is level because all these schools, hey, if we pay you that money to come to our school, you're going to come. Because all these schools, I mean, that's the thing. Like Ohio State, motherfucking Texas A&M, Alabama, shoot. I mean, not really none of the HBCUs, because, some of the HBCUs, they don't got support like that. But, they coming, though. But for him to call out Deion Sanders, and that's really my whole major point with this, like, why are you calling out an HBCU or Deion Sanders, saying that basically he said that, Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M, they paying, their players and they gave out the most money, in the college football. And then he went ahead and said Deion Sanders and Jackson State, because that's where Deion Sanders is coaching. He went ahead and said that they pay one of their players $1 million too, that I guess was in a running to go to Alabama, but he chose to go ahead and come to Jackson State. But he came to Jackson State because my man plays corner. He low-key plays both side corner and wide receiver, but he's a corner, and he wanted to learn from a legend. You feel me? He wanted to learn from Deion Sanders. So, I mean, I'm like, at the end of the day, come on, man. HBCUs, they ain't giving out money like that. And then for Jackson State, Deion Sanders even came out and said he not even making $1 million. So how the hell they going to pay one of their players $1 million? And then the player actually came out himself and said, like, hey, if I'm making $1 million, how the hell is my mom, still living in the crib with, 3-bedroom crib with 5 kids? I mean, let's make it make sense. And I feel like, at the end of the day, I don't know, Nick Saban, don't get mad now. You've been running shit for a while, and now, people can't even the playing field by paying the players to come play shit. They amateurs. You feel me? That's what college football is now. Like, it's basically like, all the overseas players who go overseas and play basketball, they're considered amateurs until they come, play professionally, of course, in the NBA. But, they consider professionals over there too. But I guess when you under, 21, obviously, as these football players are, most of them, as they're playing, you're considered an amateur, so you're getting paid, they're going to go ahead, ball out, and you're not really a professional yet. So really, like, all these amateur players, like, shit, Bryce Young made $1 billion+ last year on Alabama. So, like, let's make it make sense. You feel me? Bryce Young, yes, he was a Heisman Trophy winner this past year too, and that's the funny thing. Like, if he made $1 million last year, how much you think he gonna make this year coming off a Heisman Trophy? Like, damn, man. I'm a little too old, boy. I wish. Let me run it back, man. Let me run it back and be a college athlete again. Shit. But that's so to all y'all college athletes, man. Make sure, hey, if you haven't tuned in to my episode that I dropped on Relly's TV about how to pick a college, I feel like that is a great segment and a great, just, talk with you all my college athletes, whether you're a woman, female, whether you're a young male picking a college. Like, I feel like I really gave good gems over there and really, was able to guide y'all with picking, some colleges. And I'm going to do the same on here. I'm going to go ahead and bring a segment up on we're talking about picking colleges again. And then I might even have one of my younger cousins who's, getting ready to go to college. I might even bring him on here. So that way, he can talk to y'all about his recruiting process and things like that. Because I feel like that'd be a cool, segue, because he's going to one of the biggest schools out where he stays. So, hey, we gonna go ahead and get cooking. But damn, I wish I was a college athlete again, man, to make some of this money. Like, damn, y'all had to wait until, you feel me, we left in order to pay these guys. Like, come on, man. That's how y'all feel? But it's okay, man. SO to all the college athletes who really getting compensation now. So I feel like it's a long time coming with the NIL. And it's like all these colleges, college football is definitely one of the best creative revenue sports in America. Like, it's so much money that comes from college football. Like, you even seen it during COVID when, the whole world was shut down. Everybody wanted the college football because that brought in so much money for all these schools. Shit, half the college football programs pay for damn near all their sports at their schools. So, I mean, at the end of the day, college football is huge. It's huge facts, and it's way, way, way overdue that these college football players are getting paid now because they deserve it at the end of the day. But Nick Saban, back to you. Hey, you didn't have to come at Deion Sanders. You don't have to come at Jimbo Fisher either. That's going to be a hell of a game, Alabama versus Texas A&M, because I think Jimbo will come for that ass. And then, honestly, the crazy part is Jimbo Fisher was a fucking coach under Nick Saban at one point. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, why are you coming at your homie for doing what you do? You feel me? And I'm pretty sure, hey, you was paying players too. How the hell how they get that new car driving around Alabama? I played in the SEC, so I know how they get that motherfucker in the house or having their parents stay right down the street. You feel me? When they came from motherfucking, the woodworks. How they parents staying down the street from the stadium. I ain't saying nothing, babe. That was before the NIL. You feel me? I was in the SEC. I see it. Shit, I got some stories myself, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But man, like, hey, I think honestly, like, just stay in your lane. I mean, honestly, like, at the end of the day, Nick, like, hey, don't get mad now. Shit, just get even. At the end of the day, tell your boosters, shit, hey, we gonna gotta go ahead, get those pockets bigger, and let's go ahead and start even the playing field a little bit more. But at the end of the day, hey, you can't get mad, Nick. I mean, it's a long time coming for these other schools getting these players. And at the end of the day, with Deion Sanders getting his player, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Greatest corner ever in the history of the game. Like, come on. That gives him enough credit right there. Then he's a great father, great role model, and I can go on and on. You feel me? Like I did, when I talked about him, for my top 5 greatest athletes. You haven't seen that, make sure y'all go ahead and tune into that. I think it was a couple videos ago where I talked about my top 5 athletes, top 5 artists, and all that. Make sure you go ahead and go back and watch it. I think it was a good episode, and y'all might enjoy it. Nah, you will enjoy it. But, man, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Hey, Nick Saban, stay in your lane. Be happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you still going to get you act like you was not still top 3 in recruiting classes. I think it was Texas A&M, Alabama. Come on, bro. You didn't get a couple players and you calling out people for what? Making up stories for what? Deion Sanders ain't paying no players $1 million, and Jimbo Fisher, them boys paying them. You was right on that. But it is what it is. That's life. And at the end of the day, man, guess what? It's Sports Talk with Relly. I wish I had, a couple more sports segments to talk about. I really will talk about MLB more. I've been catching up on games. So stay tuned for my MLB talk because that's going to really be interesting and fun. And then also, too, SO to the NHL. Them games have been fun. I actually did end up catching like a half a game the other night, and I was just sitting there watching it. So that's just been fun. It was the Oilers versus I don't know, it was a C logo. I forget. I don't watch hockey like that. All I know is about my Blackhawks that rep the city in Chi-Town. But I don't know. I don't know about anybody else. But hey, man, guess what, man? We out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back to the Golden Gemz podcast, man. Make sure you share my podcast. Make sure you showing some love. Hit the comments, hit the show notes, and hey, continue to stay great out here. Continue to be blessed. And hey, we out. Boom. Golden Gemz podcast, baby.